learn how to fix yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with the truth that will set the foundation for our journey today. You are not broken, but you can be better. Fixing yourself isn't about shame or inadequacy, it's about transformation. It's about stepping into the most empowered, unstoppable version of you. Life throws challenges at all of us. It's part of the human experience. But the question isn't, why me? The question is, what will I do about it today? We're not just going to talk about it. We're going to take action. You'll leave here armed with the tools to fix what's holding you back mentally, emotionally, and physically. The time to wait is over. The time to doubt is over. The time to decide is now. Take full ownership of your life. The first step to fixing yourself is to own where you are. Stop blaming your circumstances, other people, or your past. Life may have given you a rough hand, but you're the one who chooses how to play it. Accountability is the first power move. Rewire your mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, then that's exactly what you'll get. Flip the script. Say, I am capable. I am resilient. I am ready. Focus on solutions, not problems. Break the cycle of excuses. Excuses are comfort zones in disguise. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't know how. No. Replace every excuse with an action step. You don't need all the answers. Just take the first step. Face your fears head on. Fear will always exist, but courage isn't the absence of fear. It's taking action despite it. Every time you face a fear, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Don't run from what scares you. Run toward it. Build habits that empower you. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. Want to change your life? Start with small daily disciplines. Exercise, read, meditate, learn, do what fuels your growth every single day. Surround yourself with the right people. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. Be around those who challenge you, inspire you, and remind you of your potential. Let go of toxic relationships. They're anchors holding you back. Embrace progress, not perfection. Fixing yourself is not a one-and-done deal. It's a lifelong journey. Celebrate every small win. Every step forward is proof that you're moving in the right direction. Progress over perfection always. You don't have to be extraordinary to start. You just have to start to become extraordinary. Look in the mirror and recognize that the person staring back at you is your greatest ally and sometimes your biggest obstacle. Take full ownership of your life. Listen closely. The life you're living right now, this very second, is a result of your decisions. That's not a punishment. It's a gift. Why? Because if you created it, you can transform it. The moment you own every aspect of your life, your successes and your failures, you unlock a power that most people never tap into. People spend years blaming their circumstances. They say, if only I had better parents, or if only I had more money. Let me tell you, that mindset is poison. It keeps you stuck in a loop of inaction. You're not a victim unless you decide to be. Take ownership, and suddenly you're in control of your destiny. Ownership doesn't mean you ignore the challenges. It means you accept that no one's coming to save you. It's up to you. It's always been up to you. And that realization, that's where freedom begins. Look, every successful person you admire, every hero you look up to has faced setbacks. But what sets them apart is they didn't let those setbacks define them. They said, this is on me. I'm going to turn this around. You can do the same starting today. How? Start by asking yourself the tough questions. What choices did I make to get here? What patterns am I repeating? What am I tolerating that I shouldn't be? The answers might sting, but they're the key to your breakthrough. When you take ownership, you take the wheel of your life. You stop drifting and start steering. Imagine driving a car with no hands on the wheel. Chaos, right? That's what life looks like without ownership. Just take control and you can go anywhere. This isn't just about blame, it's about empowerment. Blame looks backward. Ownership looks forward. Blame says, I can't. Ownership says, I will. One keeps you stuck, the other sets you free. And here's the thing, when you own your life, you stop wasting energy on excuses. Excuses drain your power. Ownership fuels it. Imagine waking up every day knowing you're in charge. It's invigorating. You'll also inspire others when you own your life. People will see your strength and want to follow your lead. Ownership isn't just about personal growth. It's about creating a ripple effect that changes the lives around you. Start small. Own your morning routine. Own your attitude. Own your time. The small wins build momentum. And that momentum is unstoppable. The best part, ownership makes life exciting again. When you realize you have the power to shape your world, every day feels like an opportunity, not a burden. You stop surviving and start thriving. So stop pointing fingers, stop making excuses. Take a good hard look in the mirror and say, this is on me, and I've got this because you do. Ownership isn't easy, but it's worth it. The alternative is staying stuck, and you deserve so much more than that. The choice is yours. Take control or stay in the passenger seat. What's it going to be? Rewire your mindset. Your mindset is the foundation of your entire life. Change it and everything else changes with it. Most people live in a prison of their own making, trapped by limiting beliefs and negative thoughts. But here's the truth, that prison doesn't have a lock. You can walk out anytime. It starts with recognizing the stories you tell yourself. I'm not smart enough, I'll never succeed, I'm too old, these are lies. They're not truths, they're habits of thought. And habits can be broken. Your brain is like a computer. If you feed it outdated, faulty programming, it's going to malfunction. But if you update the software, if you install beliefs that empower you, suddenly everything runs smoothly. Here's the secret, what you focus on grows. If you focus on your problems, they'll expand. If you focus on your potential, that's what will grow. Where attention goes, energy flows. Rewiring your mindset isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about choosing what meaning you give to your experiences. A setback isn't a failure, it's a lesson. A challenge isn't a punishment, it's a chance to grow. Every time you catch yourself thinking negatively, stop and ask, is this thought serving me? If it's not, replace it. Say, this isn't who I am. I'm capable, I'm strong, I'm evolving. Affirmations work, not because they're magic, but because they reprogram your subconscious. The more you tell yourself something, the more you believe it. And belief is the foundation of action. Visualization is another powerful tool. Close your eyes and see the person you want to become. Feel it, hear it, smell it. Make it real in your mind, and your brain will start finding ways to make it real in your life. Surround yourself with positivity. The books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the people you hang out with, they all shape your mindset. Make sure they're feeding your growth, not your doubts. And don't underestimate the power of gratitude. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, you shift your entire energy. Gratitude turns what you have into enough and creates space for more abundance. Change isn't instant. It's a process. But every time you choose a better thought, every time you challenge a limiting belief, you're rewiring your brain. And over time, those new patterns become your default. Remember, your mindset isn't set in stone. It's flexible, adaptable, and under your control. No matter where you're starting from, you can shift it. So stop living on autopilot. Take charge of your thoughts. Your mindset is the key to unlocking everything you've ever wanted. Your future self is waiting. Are you ready to meet them? Break the cycle of excuses. Excuses are like chains. Every time you make one, you add another link. And before you know it, you're weighed down, unable to move forward. But here's the truth you need to hear. Excuses feel like protection, but they're really prisons. Let's get real. How many times have you said, I don't have time? Time isn't the issue. It's priority. You find time for what matters. So when you say, I don't have time, what you're really saying is, this isn't important enough. Harsh, maybe. But it's also freeing because it means you can change it. Another common excuse, I don't have the money. Listen, it's not about resources, it's about resourcefulness. Some of the most successful people on this planet started with nothing but a dream and sheer determination. Stop focusing on what you lack and start focusing on what you can create. Excuses are seductive because they let you off the hook. They give you a reason to stay comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of growth. Growth happens when you push through discomfort. When you say, no more excuses, I'm making it happen. Here's a trick to break the cycle. Every time you catch yourself making an excuse, flip it into a solution. Instead of, I don't have time, say, how can I make time? Instead of, I don't know how, say, where can I learn? Your language shapes your reality. And don't underestimate the power of microactions. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start small. One decision, one step, one habit. Momentum builds from the tiniest actions, and before you know it, you've broken the chains of excuses for good. Let's Let's talk about fear, because often excuses are just fear in disguise: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But let me tell you something: fear is normal. It's a sign you're stepping into something bigger. Don't run from it. Lean into it. Here's a game-changing mindset: turn your excuses into experiments. Instead of saying, I can't do that, say, let's see what happens if I try. Give yourself permission to fail, because failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of the process. Excuses don't just hold you back, they rob the world of your gifts. Think about it: every excuse you make delays the impact you're here to create, and the world needs what you have to offer. Accountability is your secret weapon. Find someone who will call you out on your excuses, someone who won't let you settle. Surround yourself with people who see your potential and won't let you shrink. And let's not forget self-compassion. Breaking the cycle of excuses doesn't mean beating yourself up. It means recognizing when you've made one, learning from it, and moving forward with renewed determination. Ask yourself, what's the cost of my excuses? How much time, energy, and opportunity have I lost? When you see the price you're paying, it becomes easier to let them go. Remember, excuses are temporary comfort. But action is lasting freedom. Choose wisely. It's time to take a hard look in the mirror and say, enough is enough. I'm done with excuses. I'm ready for results, because you are. Face your fears head on. Fear. It's the four-letter word that stops more dreams than failure ever could. But here's the truth: fear isn't your enemy. Fear is your compass. It's pointing you toward the areas where you need to grow. Let's be real. Fear is never going away. It's part of being human. But the goal isn't to eliminate fear, it's to master it. It's to feel the fear and take action anyway. That's where your power lies. Most people let fear dictate their lives. They avoid challenges, stay in their comfort zones, and settle for less than they deserve. But not you. Not anymore. You're here to do something different. You're here to face your fears and take back control. Progress is where the magic happens. It's the small, daily actions that lead to extraordinary results over time. When you embrace progress, you give yourself permission to grow, to learn, and to evolve. Perfection keeps you stuck. Progress moves you forward. Here's the problem with perfection: it's paralyzing. When you're obsessed with getting everything right, you're afraid to take risks. You're afraid to take risks. You're afraid to try new things. You stay in your comfort zone, and nothing great ever happens there.